Well, the next part of it where I drag her out
Yeah.
of the tent, we had a couple of takes on that, and that was just hilarious because she's, as you know, she's wearing a skirt, but she's got like them little shorts underneath.
Yeah.
So Paul Mann, the director's like, when you pull her out as quick as you can and like turn her onto her back. I'm like, okay, it's a lot to do there all at once. But so I done it the first time I done it, and her skirt ended up around her neck. I'm like, okay, we won't use that one.
That's awesome.
The second one we done, I don't know how it happened. Her shoe ended up off in the bushes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I think we used the second one because the angle of the camera didn't catch the shoe come flying off.
I love it.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun.
I mean, as you know, I watched it on the day it was released here in America.
Yeah,
and I love it. I don't know if you saw my YouTube channel or all my pages. I had the review on.
Yeah, I've checked them out. Yeah,
I mean, I just love that movie. I did. It was.
I'm glad somebody actually got it because, like all movies, you get a lot of good press and a lot of bad press, and a lot of people are coming out and didn't like it and this and that, and it is low budget, but still in the same breath, everybody put work into it.
Yes, and let's just go into. I'm going to comment on exactly what you just said. I've been doing this since 2010. A good strong 15 years now. And I reviewed no budget, super low budget, low budget, medium films. And I'm an actor myself, so I am in the industry myself. Yeah, at first, became there. So I know what the behind the scenes is. I know what it's like to be independent, where you have to help do props and all.
Yeah.
Now I am SAG eligible. I just haven't joined yet. I haven't done anything in a while, but we have a lot of film watchers. We have a lot of film reviewers. I mean, a lot of the ones that was out there when I started are gone now. They called it quits. So we have a lot of this younger generation that doesn't quite understand anything about filmmaking. They'll base this film off of a film that is quadruple the budget.
Yeah.
I enjoy films just like this because I didn't see anything wrong with it. I love the aspect of throwing humor because you have to. For the budget, you have to.
Oh, yeah. You
have to throw humor because it's not going to quite off balance.
Yeah.
And they made it great. Now, I've seen some comments too. You know, there's like a Popeye thing going on right now. There's Popeye's Revenge in England, which I love that one. Shiver Me Timbers. Then we had the American one, Popeye the Slayer, and so forth. I watched all of them. Me being in America, I enjoy all types of horror films from the UK. I just enjoy them.
Yeah. I get it. They're slightly different than the American style.
Right. And for someone to criticize this film tells me two things. One, they don't know what independent film is. Yeah. And number two, they watch too much of the high budget stuff to where a lot of the high budget horror movies are a waste.
Yeah, definitely.
They cut the corners too much.
Yeah.
But
plus
I don't care.
I find a lot of the higher budget movies are more serious horror. If you know what I mean, it's like you've got the happy family, and all of a sudden there's somebody that's pissed off in the background and they go on a rampage.
Correct. And and the reason why they can do that is they have more money to play with, first of all.
Yeah.
But they cut too many, in my opinion, a lot of them cut too many corners. They make it too pussified, if I should say.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm going to watch a horror comedy, I want to see a horror comedy. I don't want to see a Lifetime movie horror.
Yeah. No, I understand what you mean. Yeah, there. A lot of things have got, like you say, too soft with what they're doing.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what genre it is either. It's just
it's all of it
watered down, and If it's not this Marvel or DC, it's not a good movie. And yet there's so many amazing movies out there, horror or otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I was in my time as podcasting, I've been training some people how to podcast as well.
Yep.
My nephew and I did a podcast from 2018 to 20 called the Pick 'em Up Podcast. Mm-hmm. So I was teaching him. So he was actually watching movies for the first time, the independent stuff. Because, and I put him into a world now that he enjoys it. He now gets it. There's two types of movies. And so I had him hooked on the independent. But he noticed, he noticed also, I mean, he gets a kick out of, it's funny, when a dead person on a movie is blinking, he just can't not. It's so funny. He goes, I understand it's hard to keep your eyes still. It's hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get a kick out of it.
That's like in one of the scenes in the movie, Olive Oil is, I'm on the ground and Olive Oil slashing me with the big saw.
Yeah.
Across my I think it's my stomach area. And I'm supposed to like stop breathing and lie there as if I'm dead. And it was so cold. She's done the bit with the saw and I'm lying there and I couldn't stop breathing. I was that cold. I was that shallow breathing, really sharp breathing. And Paul Mann, the director's like, Tony, you're meant to be dead. I'm like, you lie on the floor freezing cold.
Yeah.
So that took a couple of takes.
It's hard. It is hard. I mean, I watched a movie called Three Blind Mice. It was made in UK, okay? And one of the comments I keep seeing, and it's so funny, he goes, well, they're supposed to be blind, but they seem to know where they're walking. Do you know how hard it is to act like you're blind and walk? Your human instinct is to look to where you're going.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, that's like, I watched the series just recently. It's a French-British series, War of the Worlds. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yep.
And there's a girl in it. She's supposed to be blind, but she obviously has sight. And the way she does it, even though her eyes are open, she's meant to be like a blind person with her eyes open. It's just amazing the way she done it. I'd be like too worried looking around at what I'm not meant to be hitting.
So real quickly, how'd you get involved in Shiver Me Timbers?
I seen the advertisement on one of the acting apps that I use over here, and I got in touch with Paul, and he was actually coming through. He lives over in Edinburgh, and he was coming through to Glasgow, and we met up, and we had a chat at a coffee shop, and he liked my size for the character, and he was like, perfect. And that was it, basically.
Yeah, because you didn't talk.
No.
And it made it easier because then it's all about body.
Yeah,
your body. And that's
I want as much as you know yourself being an actor, you want to talk.
Yep.
But if it's a main character like this, I didn't mind as much. If that makes sense.
No. I've done stuff too that I didn't talk. I mumbled, and it's very hard.
Yeah, definitely is. Yeah,
but he couldn't have picked a better person for the size that you were.
Thank you.
Yep, and it wasn't just about your size; it's just about now talking to you and putting that voice to the character, and just I told you we played the scene that one of my scenes I enjoyed. The other scene that I if you listen to his interview, the scene that I use on that one is the outhouse scene. Another good scene.
Yeah,
and the grunting and the noises. It's just you did a fucking damn good job. I don't care what anybody says.
Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you. The outhouse scene. That wasn't the most pleasant of scenes that night. That was the same night that we done the scene that you're using as for the intro, and the scene where it's like an over-the-shoulder shot from the victim's point of view looking at me. That was one of the bloodiest scenes I think I've done.
It was going everywhere.
Oh, honestly, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to keep my eyes open and trying to keep a straight face with, I think, 2 or 3 fire hydrants and hoses and syringes and God knows what else they had, just squirting fake blood at me. And I'm like, oh man, Paul, just call cut, please. I'm done.
I know that you were at the premiere, correct? Over there in England. Yes. And as you know, they sent me a poster signed by the cast.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes, I haven't. I'm getting a picture frame for it. I'm going to hang it on the wall. I usually don't get them, but I thought it'd be cool to have, I really enjoyed this film. And not only that, it's over in Scotland. It's not here in America. So it's kind of like, you know, because I dedicated a podcast I have on, if you've seen it, it's on iTunes and Spotify. It's all dedicated to all UK horror reviews. I have one strict podcast for all the horror in England and one for Australia too. But, you know, just when I watched this and when I first started watching, I said, this is right up my alley. I can feel it because it has that 80s feel. It has that cheesy feel. It has that comedy goofy feel. And it was brilliant. I know you heard this millions of times. Another cool scene is that meteor coming down. Real tiny and that got its pipe. That was brilliance. I mean, some of the stuff that he pulled off in here is brilliance. Yeah, you know, for the amount of time that you took to make it and not much of a budget, it's dedicated. This movie took a lot of dedication.
Everybody, all the cast and crew, when we went to the screening, because none of us had seen the finished product till the screening. And like yourself, you're seeing this meteor break up and everything. We're all sitting there going, shit, how's that going to affect Popeye besides blow him out of the water? And then when you see what happens, you're like, what?
It's brilliant.
Everybody was just in hysterics because, like you're saying, you're expecting this massive meteorite to come down. And
but it's clever how he had Popeye created. That's the cool part about it.
Yeah. I was, when I met him, he was pitching it to me, and I was trying to visualize what he was coming up with, and I was like, yeah, could it work? But until we got filming, and then I could see, you know, the daily sheets and what have you, and I was like, okay, yeah, it sounds a bit more sensible now. And then you see the finished product, and you're like, right, got it.
Right. And David Hallows played Popeye. Yeah. And the scene with him too. I got in the trailer. I think it's in the trailer. I'm not sure. Yeah, he walks up to the car of the kids in the car. It's gonna be a good day for fishing. I said, oh, I know where this is going. He decides to go fishing during a meteor shower.
Yeah, and it wasn't a good day for him.
It was a brilliant. I'm telling you, I can talk about this film. I tell people at work, you know, and I might as well just bring it up because I bring it up every other time. And I find it funny because I'm going to be 57 this year. So a lot of the people that I work with are in their 20s. And when Terrifier 3 was in the theaters, okay, me being old school from the 80s, everything in that movie I saw before. So it's nothing new to me. But it's funny to hear them talk about that film, how great it is. Yeah. It was okay. It's not great. It's okay. Because again,
I'm
coming from the 80s.
I watched the first. I think I've seen the first 2. I'm not sure if I've seen the third one yet, but I've seen the first 2. And the first one, the first one kind of shook me a little bit because I was like,
yes,
okay, a clown. But then it wasn't the normal looking clown. It was this
mute.
Yeah.
So then I tried to tell these youngsters, check out Shiver Me Timbers. And they look at me weird. I'm thinking, what? I said, what? You only watch movies that are in theaters? Are you serious? You're not a horror watcher if all you watch is movies in theaters. So I'm teaching them to look for independent stuff on Tubi, just to get that. How about you get the whole picture of the horror genre, not just the stuff you see in theaters? And they come back to me and says, you're right.
Yeah.
I said, what? I said, what? They said, there's more gore. I said, exactly.
Oh God. Well,
other than Terrifier when he overdoes it, like that scene with in 3, I'll just tell you, it's your comedy in this movie makes sense. But if you're making a horror movie with this killer clown, why are you going to have him lay on the floor and do snow angels in the blood? That was totally fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
overkill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I don't like it. I did, but it's not. The younger generation seem to think that's the best horror movie they ever seen because, again, in the 80s, we saw all that. In the 70s, we saw all that.
That's like when I met with Paul, because like yourself, I'm 52. I'll be 53 this year. So I grew up in the 80s with all the Jasons and the Freddys.
Yes.
And that's what Paul sold it on to me. He wants to go back to the old school roots of the old stuff. So it's like, right, the character I'm playing, okay, he's no words, but he's got to have that Jason and Michael feel about him.
Yep.
So he's not the old school. You don't run anywhere, but you're everywhere at once.
That's what I loved about it.
You know, so, and I'll tell you one little thing. We were at the premiere and I didn't realize till about a week later, Paul called me. We won an award for, however you want to put it, worst kill, best kill, worst kill, whatever you want to call it, for, you know, the tent scene.
Yes. Yes,
we got the best kill for that. But at first, before the public had seen it, I think the guys who organized where we're having the premiere, they'd seen it, and they didn't think, I was doing what I was doing with a baseball bat. They thought it was, how shall I say, I was doing a sexual act on him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and then they realized, they watched it and they were like, oh, because as the camera pans away, you can see the baseball bat. And I was like, no, it is not that type of movie.
No.
I'm destroying him, but with a baseball bat.
So what was the reception like then at the premiere?
It was good. It was really, really good. Apparently we had the busiest theater that weekend.
Nice.
Which was really good. And
awesome.
I was surprised the amount of people that, unlike you or myself, who understand it's a film and the actors and the characters are completely different people, after the screen, the premiere, there was a couple of people who came up and, so, Popeye, what's going on? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not Popeye. I'm someone else. And the assistant director's sitting there beside me, absolutely just in tears, laughing. I'm like, I'm going to kill you. Just palming these crazy people off on me. I'm like, I am not Popeye. So, but why did you kill this person? They didn't do nothing to you. I'm like, I'm going to, I'll just leave you alone here. Have a picture. Thanks for coming.
That's awesome. Yeah, but you gotta admit though that it's overwhelming. I mean, especially you put.
Definitely.
I mean, this is your first pretty big part in the movie as a main character. So it's gonna seem it's exciting, but it's also overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I find it funny how people ask the dumbest questions.
Oh, why'd you definitely? They're like, we had a horror convention here in Glasgow, so the whole Shiver Me Timbers, we had our own stand up in there with the trailer playing and posters that we all signed and whatever, people coming up for pictures. And the first time somebody came up and asked for my picture, that was the overwhelming bit. I was like, whoa. I guess I am an actor now after all.
Yeah.
You know, and they come up and can you sign this? It's weird. Like you
That's
said.
That's how it was for me the first time too. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the director told me, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Because you don't want to offend anybody. So
yeah.
Yeah, it was really, I mean, I had people from Germany and all sending me emails and asked me to send them autographed posters of the Hillbilly Horror Show and stuff. It's weird. I did it, but it's weird because I don't see it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You don't when you're actually involved in the production of it. You just see it as this is the job I done and this is how it turned out. And then, but I guess you forget that you yourself can get invested in whether it's a TV show or a movie and enjoy it that much, but other people are doing it to you. And it's, yeah, you're right. It is weird.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So, is there anything else you have going on?
I was just going to say, I can, not in about 10 days, we're filming a teaser for Shiver Me Timbers 2.
No shit.
Yep. We're filming a teaser.
I can't wait.
As you know, at the end of it, Olive Oil's sitting there with her mechanical arm, and over the radio, Popeye, well, there's killings that resemble Popeye's killings happening in New York. So I can say a little bit, but not too much. I'm in New York, and there is going to be other characters along with me.
Nice.
So, yeah, in a week on Wednesday, so not this Wednesday, the Wednesday after, we're filming the teaser for that. When that gets finished, I will send you a copy of that.
Yes, because I'll post it on. I need to get with Paul to see maybe we can do a premiere on my YouTube channel for it.
Yes, definitely.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's getting done, as I say, within about 10 days. And then we're just going to finalize some days for the filming of the second one.
Yes. And obviously it's going to be New York and Glasgow, right? Or in England, right?
Yeah, no, I think we're going to be filming it over here in Glasgow. They're looking at a couple of places over this side because as you're aware, a lot of movies do get filmed over here in replacement for like Philly and New York and what have you. So, yeah, we've got similar architecture, so why not use it?
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited. I'm so glad he did mention about making a part 2.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited about. Yeah, I'm a big fan. So
no, definitely, we've got the part 2 coming through now. So, as I say, we've got the teaser getting done.
Nice.
10 days. I'll get you a copy of that when we get it done. And if you don't talk to Paul, I'll talk to Paul. Get you to put it out first, like a premiere on your channel.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And definitely, it'll be cool.
Oh wow! Well, it was a great treat to have you on. I've been wanting to talk to the killer himself.
I meant to ask you, what did you think of the very beginning? You know how a lot of movies have got the characters and everything have been changed in this film. What did you think of Paul's way of putting that across?
That was cool.
Everything is actual, it's all true what went on here.
Yep.
That was a nice little thing. He didn't tell nobody he was doing that.
No, it just how he's clever. I mean, he used the old school to make it new school.
Yes.
And I told him if he would have tried to do it modern day, it wouldn't have that same appeal.
Yeah, it wouldn't have had the same impact either. No. Yeah.
But Olive Oil and Popeye and just it was a brilliant film. It really is. I really enjoyed it.
I think like yourself, it did have to be set back in the 80s, at the very minimum, the 80s.
Well, I mean, that would be more interested for me when it's running in the 80s. It's my era of growing up, so that's I'm more attached to it because of it.
Yeah. Paul's like that as well, and so am I. It's so much nostalgia and everything. You know, it doesn't matter where you grew up in the world. The 80s were just, it was just that era. It was just, you know, nothing could touch it.
Nope. And those movies I still watch today, and nothing can touch them. I just love movies. I do.
Talking of 80s movies, last night I sat there and I watched Goonies.
Oh my God.
Goonies in I don't know how many years.
40, probably 30 years.
I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious.
Yep. I know it. I like watching some of these obscure 80s horrors that aren't very popular, and they're fun to watch too.
Yeah. One I watched when I was younger, but I haven't watched it since, was Basket Case.
Oh my God. There's like 3 of them. Yeah. Yeah.
That, talking of obscure 80s movies.
Oh my goodness. That was a crazy, weird ass movie. But you know what? It got very popular. Carrying his brother's head around.
Yeah, I think whoever wrote that and directed it must have been on some serious
speed.
They were on something. Anyway, we'll just leave it at that. They were on something during that course.
Oh my goodness.
This has been brilliant. It's been fantastic talking to you about the movie.
I love it. Tony?
Yeah.
You're the best, buddy.
No, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I learned some more things about the movie. I could tell you that, but it was fun to play that clip for you and have your commentary behind it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that was fun. I'm sure you've experienced it as well. You see, like, you go to screenings or you see stuff that you've been in, and you're not watching the movie. It's like, oh, I remember doing that, and little things pop in your head. And yeah, but no, I like that.
Well, if you ever get a chance, do you guys have Tubi over there, or do you don't?
No, we don't have Tubi.
I'm going to send you a movie that I was in.
Okay.
That we shot in 2012 and got released in 2022. I played a psychiatrist. It's like a psychology movie, you know.
Okay.
I played voiceover on the phone with the cop. Then at the end is a big scene. I'm going to send it to you, and I want you to watch it. I want you to tell me what you think.
Okay, will do. Definitely.
All right, Tony. And then you can pass off to Paul, too, if you want to.
Yep.
It was great talking to you.
You too.
I love the movie, and I can't wait for part 2.
Thank you very much. And, I can't wait for part 2 either. It should be good.
Yep, I'll have it up within an hour and a half today yet. So I'll post it on your wall, and you can do something with it. All right?
All right. Thank you.
Take care, buddy. Good talking to you.
Cheers.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.